1.4 order of operations, BEDMAS. Okay, so when we talk about order of operations, we are referring to BEDMAS. If you remember this from elementary school, BEDMAS, the B stands for brackets, the E stands for exponents, the D stands for divide or division, M is multiply, A is add, and S is subtract. Okay, we have to complete all operations in order of BEDMAS. Okay, but for the divide and multiply, we're going to complete in order from left to right. So exactly how we read it in order, that's how we apply division and multiplication. And then if we have addition and subtraction in our expression, then again we have to complete it reading left to right. Okay, so I'll leave this in the page. So example 1, evaluate the following. So we're just going to practice BEDMAS. So we have brackets, a plus sign, and a division sign. So we're going to start with the brackets because that's the first. Brackets comes before division. And we're going to go 8 plus 6. Okay, so we get 14. And then the divided by 7 we just bring down. Okay, and now what's 14 divided by 7? We get 2. Okay, the next one. We have 10 times bracket 6 plus 2. So we're essentially dealing with multiplication and brackets. So looking in BEDMAS, brackets comes before multiplication. So take this 10 times and bring it down. And then what's 6 plus 2? Well, it's 8. And now 10 times 8 is 80. Okay, C. 16 divided by 8 times 6 minus 7. So this time we have division, multiplication, and subtraction. Okay? So we're going to do division and multiplication first. So we're going to simplify 16 divided by 8 times 6. But we are going to do this in the order that we see it. Okay? So 16 divided by 8 is going to give us 2. Bring down the rest. Times 6 minus 7. Now, multiplication comes before subtraction. 2 times 6 is 12, and then minus 7, we get 5. Okay, D. We have 3 times 9 minus 4 times 3. So the multiplication comes first before the subtraction. So 3 times 9 is going to be 27. And then we can either bring down this negative, or you can consider this as negative 4 times 3, and we get 12. So we're going to have 27 minus 12, and we get 15. Okay, E. We have a bracket, and then we're going to subtract, and then another bracket. Okay, so let's do obviously brackets first. So we're going to have 10 plus 4, and we get 14. And 2 times 6, and we get 12. So after simplifying the two brackets, we get 14 minus 12, so we get 2. Okay, F. We have 25 plus, and then bracketed 16 divided by 2. So let's just bring the 25 plus down. Okay, and we'll do the brackets first. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. Now 25 plus 8, we get 33. Okay, G. We have bracket 14 plus 6, and then divided by bracket 37 minus 32. So let's go ahead and do the two brackets first, and then we'll just bring down the division symbol. And it's so important that we're writing down our page. Okay, 14 plus 6 is 20, and then 37 minus 32 is 5. So it's 20 divided by 5 is 4. Okay, H. So these get a little bit more complex. So H, 15, and then this bracket is around all of this. So let's just bring the 15 down and ignore it for just a second, and let's simplify in this big bracket first. So in this bracket, we're going to focus on first the brackets. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. Okay, and then we have negative 2. And then we're going to simplify the next bracket. Negative 5 minus 6, I get negative 11. Okay, again, just bring down the 15, and we're going to, again, continuously simplify this bigger bracket. So, negative 5, and because we have a number that is right beside a bracket, these are multiplication. So, we don't want to add these first. We want to multiply, the negative 2 times negative 11, and then we're going to add it to like that negative 5. So I'm going to go plus 22. Again, bring down that 15, and we're just simplifying inside the bracket. So negative 5 plus 22 is 17. Okay, so I get 255. Okay, now I. So when we're dealing with integers in a numerator and then in the denominator, what we want to do is we want to complete the numerator first, and then the denominator, and then step 3 would be to divide. So let's simplify the numerator. Let's do it down here. Okay, let's do the brackets first. So we're going to have 20 minus 2 times, well, what's 12 plus 6? 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 30. Okay, I'm going to leave the denominator for a second. I'm just going to keep working with the numerator. Okay, so what's negative 2 times 18? 36. So 20 minus 36 plus 30. Okay, and then these three we can just do in order. I would say right on our calculators. Okay, 20 minus 36 plus 30, I get 14. Now let's do the denominator in another color. So we have negative 3 times, and let's simplify that bracket, 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. And negative 3 times negative 4 is 12. So this is already simplified. Let's just bring it down. And then 14 divided by 12. I'm going to just put this into lower form. So if we divide both of these by 2, we get 7 over 6. And then that one's done. All right, J. So again, another fraction. So let's do the numerator first. So we have 30 minus 3 times 13 plus 40. So let's do the multiplication first. We're going to carry down the 30 and then carry down the plus 40. But what is negative 3 times 13? It's 39. So minus 39. Okay, let's just work with the numerator for a second, and we'll fill in the denominator. So let's go 30 minus 39 plus 40 is 31. Okay, we can just add and subtract these in order. Now, the denominator. 2 times, let's solve for the bracket, 8 minus 4, which is 4, and then divided by 2. So this time we have multiplication and then division, so we do them in order that we read it. So 2 times 4 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. 31 over 4. And that's the lowest terms. Okay, K. So these get more and more complex. So let's read this. -3 plus 7. And I am going to complete this big bracket first. That's a mistake. There shouldn't be a bracket there. Okay, so within this bracket, let's simplify this. So I'm going to simplify the bracket within the bracket first. So 5 minus 7 is -2. So I'm going to rewrite all of this. 6 minus 2 plus 3 times -2. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that entire 13. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, so -3 plus 7. So now let's continue to simplify this bracket. 6 minus 2, and we're going to do the multiplication first. -6. Okay, 6 minus 6 goes to 0, so we just have a -2 left in that bracket. You can express these brackets as like big boxy brackets or round brackets, it doesn't matter. Okay, so in this expression, we're going to multiply first. So I get -3 minus 14, and I get -17. Okay, and last one here, L. Let's do the big bracket first. So inside the bracket, let's do the bracket first. So we have 8 times 4 minus 6, and then that's a 2, and that's a 2. Okay, and as a review, when a number is touching a bracket, it means multiplication. So in this big bracket, we're going to do 8 times 4, which is 32. We're going to bring down the minus sign, and 6 times 2, we get 12. Okay, and then just bring down the 2. Now, what's 32 minus 12? We get 20. And since this 2 is touching the bracket, even though it's a little bit backwards, because usually we see it 2 with the bracket on the right, but that's okay. The bracket can be on the left. 20 times 2 is 40. Example 6, you're doing an experiment on the effects of low temperatures on bacteria. So you cool one sample of bacteria to -51 degrees Celsius and another to -76 degrees Celsius. What was the temperature difference in the two experiments? So when we talk about difference, we talk about subtraction. So what we want to do is we want to write the temperature of the first experiment minus the temperature of the second experiment. So we're going to do -51 minus, and then -76. So because we have a double negative sign here, let's simplify that to a positive sign. So -51 plus 76. So we can either put this into our calculators, or we can take a look at the signs. So we have a negative and a positive, which means no matter what, we're going to subtract these. So 6 minus 1 is 5, 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay, so our answer is going to be 25, and we're going to take the sign of the bigger number, which is positive. So therefore, the temperature difference is 25 degrees Celsius. Example 7. On Tuesday morning, the mailman delivers 3 checks for $10 each. So when we get checks, that's money that we're getting. So we're going to add those, or like that amount. Okay? And 1 bill for $15. So when we get a bill, we owe money. So that's subtraction. if you had a starting balance of $50, what is your end balance at the end of the day? So if our bank account had $50 in it, and we have 3 checks, so we're going to add 3 times 10. We're getting 3 checks of $10. And then 1 bill for $15. So minus 15. In BEDMAS, we want to multiply 3 times 10 first. So 50 plus 30. And then we're just going to bring down that minus 15. And now we can just add and subtract. Okay, add and subtract in order from left to right. 50 plus 30 is 80. Minus 15 is going to be 65. So, therefore, end of day balance is $65. Okay, example 8. A monkey sits on a limb that is 25 meters above the ground. So that's like above. He swings up 10 meters, climbs up another 6, so up 6 more, then jumps down 13 meters. So this is above, because plus, he swings up, he climbs up, and then he jumps down. So down would be minus. How far off the ground is the monkey? So all of these are plus and minus, so addition and subtraction. So we can just simply go 25 plus 10 plus 6 minus 13. And we can do them in order from left to right. So 25 plus 10 is 35. Bring down plus 6 minus 13. 35 plus 6 is 41. Okay, minus 13. I get 28. So therefore, the monkey is 28 meters off the ground.